I just eat 100 chickens out there, bro. I think somebody said that the taxes is cheap. It's like it's nothing.
Yeah.
Like maybe like $200-$300 for the year or something.
Yeah. But I highly believe that everybody should take time out for themselves and vacate, man. You know, take a break from work, take a break from responsibilities.
What they call R&R, right?
R&R.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Give yourself that solace and that peace, because if we look at it, Chris, man, we only got one life to live. You know? And nobody knows when our expiration date is going to be. Every day it's a chance. You know, it's a gamble each and every day.
You know what? When I was on vacation, right, I had to remind myself to slow down. I was like, that American got me so want to move. I gotta go here, I gotta go there. Like I was trying to do sightseeing. About the third day, myself said, "Yo, calm down. You on vacation? Relax. Just grab your cold drink. Just lay down, relax. Chill, you know." You gotta be taught how to relax. You're always on the grind. I gotta touch this money. I gotta do this. See this person do that. But you're right, bro. We need to take time.
Yeah, when I went to Cuba, man, it was kind of eye-opening because, you know, over there the culture's a little different. Yeah, everybody wants money. You know, money, you know, makes the world go around. True indeed. But over there, it was more like community, family. It was like we just need enough. We don't have to have millions, but as long as we can just, you know, have food on the table, shelter over our head, the bare essentials, and everybody's happy. You all got a smile on their face.
That's all you need as a human.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
With, you know what I mean, with America, and I love America. I'm not, you know, I'm American. I love America. But I do notice in this country, it's like prime example with the food. You know, breakfast, lunch, dinner, dessert. In different countries, that don't even exist. You know, some places they believe you should only eat once a day, and that's enough.
I ate once a day in Colombia.
You know what I'm saying? That's enough.
Full.
It was good.
Yeah, it was good.
It was sufficient. You had the proper nutrients. It was good. You don't need to. It's just with America, it's just like it's exaggerated. You know, more than what we really need.
Right.
But hey, you know, that's the country we live in. You know, give and take whatever come with it. But
yeah, like you said, that's what I realized. Like, man, as long as I got a place to stay, some food, clothes, place to take a shower, that's it, bro. All that other stuff, they promote it, so you need it. You don't need that stuff.
Yeah.
You know, you don't. Then I didn't even utilize no car. You know, able to walk. You know, like man, I see how these people are naturally in shape. These big mountains, they walking. You know, you don't need all this car. I mean, they got cars, but it's just different things I just learned that helps shape my new reality. It's like, man, you know, there's a different way you can live. Yeah, and this is part of the American dream too. It's called South America.
Yeah,
South America's, you know,
it's America.
Yeah, it's America.
It's America.
Shoot, I like the South American dream, man.
Yeah.
Shoot,
nah, for sure, man.
Yeah, man.
So, yeah, man. But you know, even my emotional intelligence came into play while on vacation because, you know, I'm in one person, you know, on my social media, I always give the people opportunity to ask me questions because a lot of people view my stories and they're intrigued with my lifestyle. And I get it, I understand. I definitely appreciate all the participation that you know, people, you know, show within my life. So I put it on my story, the opportunity for anybody to ask me a question. And it was like, I ain't got your jewelry on.
Oh,
I had to tell that person, man, I'm in a third world country, man. I ain't forgetting where I'm at, man. I don't need it for one, the jury don't make me, and I'm in a country to where like people don't have, you know, the opportunity and the privilege, and I'm not about to make myself a target when I don't have to. I don't want to stand out like that, like, oh, that's a lick. He's American, I got to have it. Next thing you know, somebody got me for ransom. So I, you know, just like had to use my emotional intelligence with that. You know, I don't need all that, man. You know,
South America, you don't need no jury. That's what I'm saying.
No jury, man. Come as yourself, man.
Come as you are. What I learned, man, the things that we so-called deem important here, it does not mean a hill of beans down there. Like, you know, like let's say for instance, if I wanted to try to get a company of a woman to take out a date, we're here in America, United States, I gotta be like Casanova, a poet, have thousands of sprays of cologne and the best card and all that stuff, and afford to pay $300 or $400 on a first date. Whereas down there, man, you just come as you are and just be a gentleman. Hey, how are you doing? You know, kuma te yama, kuma instead. You know what I'm saying? Basically, they give you the name. If she's interested, well, first of all, they treat you like a human being. You know, she might not even like you like that, whatever, but she treats you nice, respectful. Even the people, even they're like, yo, be careful. Everybody down there treated me with respect because I came with respect. And like, you know, I didn't need nothing special to try to impress them.
Right.
And that changed the dynamic. I'm like, and the most crazy part about it, it might come off as a joke, but these women look just as good as Beyonce or somebody we deem that's very beautiful here, or might even look even better. You know what I'm saying? Oh, my stuff going off. It's all good. Hit that right quick and keep the show rolling.
Yeah.
But it just changed my perspective, man. Day 5, I'm really about to cry. Like, man, my world has been turned upside down.
Yeah.
So now what do I do with that information?
Yeah.
So now I come back here with a whole new game plan.
Yeah, it definitely gave me perspective, especially Cuba, man, because there were instances where I did cry. I cried because the people over there,
right?
They. I had one guy, man. He said, man, I work solely on tips. I make 1,500 pesos a month, Cuban peso. That's nothing.
Right.
That's nothing. But he says, well, what keeps me afloat and able to take care of my family is, the tourists, you guys. So that's why I give my all and provide you with great servitude because,
right.
I would like to get a tip so I can take care of my family. And over there, I realized that they don't have it's no discretion to work. You're going to work or else.
Right.
Or else can be you go to prison or you die.
Right. You're going there.
Whatever. But you're going to work.
Right.
And as opposed over here, it's like, we got an option. You can quit your job right now, quit my job if I had a job right now. And the only consequence is I might not be paying my bill, but that's my own fault, though. That's within my control. It ain't no, if I don't work, you're going to go come kill my family.
Right.
So, just seeing that and how he elaborated to me, I'm a human being. I got emotional. I just cried, man, because at that time, Chris, I ain't gonna lie, I felt like a filthy American.
Yeah.
Like, here it is, I complain about the most minute things when the minute things I'm complaining about is like treasure over there.
Treasure.
So it just brought my perspective and just, helped me get in tune with self. And now that I'm back in the States, certain things I don't complain over. Even if it seems bad, my worst day is probably my best. It's probably my best day for them over there.
Yeah.
So I don't, so it definitely helped me mature and grow in certain fashions that, I didn't know that I needed growth in.
Yeah, I realized I'm rich.
Yeah.
I'm rich, bro.
Yeah.
People here, they might say, oh, you in a 1-bedroom apartment. Now, but man, you know what? I'm able to pay my bills, feed myself, do some extracurricular, and have money to donate to charity or invest. That's rich.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And so definitely compared to over there, I'm like, man, I can literally bless people. So I would like to create a program or a charity or whatever. So when these places I like to travel, I'm not only going there to have fun, but I could be a benefit to the community. And just not, I don't want to be seen like, oh, you just coming down here taking advantage. No, I want this to be my new home.
Yeah.
Yeah, so I might make some connection with some churches down there and like bring stuff, toiletries or whatever might be deemed what they need.
Yeah.
Because I learned they dress very well like Colombians, but it's poverty. I'm gonna say poverty. It's just they're not as fortunate as us.
Right.
I don't want to say poverty, whatever. But
poverty is prevalent over there.
Yeah, it's very prevalent. So I'm trying to be careful with choice of words. I don't want to make nobody feel bad or whatever. But I'm like, yeah, they just dress real well, and they don't mind working hard and getting what they need for them to take care of their family. But also, I learned in Medellin, I didn't see a big presence of police. There's certain areas they do have them now. But like up in those mountains and stuff, I'm like, yo, these people self-govern themselves.
Yeah.
How come we're not able to self-govern ourselves here? We got to have police everywhere? Or are we not given a chance to be able to be self-governed?
Well, first and foremost, I do believe in governance.
Yeah, I do too.
I'm glad that there is, police and government in place because where there is no order, there's chaos.
Yeah.
All right? But the paradigm of America is, dog eat dog world.
Right.
Every man for themselves, no teamwork, it's all me, and mine. So, with that paradigm set, it's kind of hard to self-govern because, naturally, predator and prey. If somebody sees somebody's weaker than them, or they don't have the strength and numbers or whatever case they may be, they're going to impose their will on them. And they're going to be bullies. That's just naturally what happens in this country. So that's why I think, police are more prevalent in here and we don't have opportunity to self-govern ourselves as you experience in Colombia because of that.
Yeah, I think we do that. But that's what I'm saying. When you're able to travel, it does open up your mind and shake your brain and your perspective. So I'm not trying to be like, oh, we don't need police. Yeah, we need police. It's just like, I just noticed that they was able to do that. Maybe they don't have enough income to have a bunch of police officers, but society was ran well. You know what I'm saying? I didn't feel threatened or anything by any means. We definitely do. I'm like, I even appreciated them. I'm like, yo, now I understand why there is passports and visas and stuff like that, because we have a way of life over here that's not the same over there. So let's say we got an influx of immigrants. I'm not trying to be funny, but that will change the course of way of life as we have over here, or vice versa. Because as North Americans, we think a certain way too. Right. You know what I'm saying? So imagine a bunch of us went down there, because they feel they're called what they call xenophobia. They feel like we're going down there and raising the prices up on the rent. So like there's a commentary in the comment section on certain podcasts.
That's called what? Xenophobia?
Xenophobia is like when it may come off like racism, but it's not racism. It's just like, man, 15,000 Haitians came here and they suddenly in our community. And so we're voicing our opinions. Like, yo, we're not the same culture. You know what I'm saying? So like, it's called xenophobia. You know, so they talked about it like a couple of years ago. So I was telling my buddy, I was like, is that racist? Like, nah, bro, it could be like xenophobia. So it's like a form, like a racism, but it's not racism. It's not knowing educationally wise another culture. So you might have frustration because now the laws and whatever has been helped to make them feel comfortable. So it's like, you know, so I guess like conservative areas that would have xenophobia more so than a liberal area. Gotcha. Does that make sense?
Gotcha.
Yeah. So, but it's a learning journey. So like, I'm not trying to come off ignorant or personal opinion, whatever. It's just I'm a learner because I'm entering a world of travel and tourism and learning different cultures. Right. And I'm interested in possibly start living down there, or maybe like a couple of times out of the month in Colombia so far. Then next would be Brazil. So it's just, you know, I'm like, yo, what? This is my personal opinion. I'm like, yeah, they trying to get us to go to Africa, but I ain't even discovered my own land yet. We got Central America, all the islands, Bahamas, Jamaica, Puerto Rico. Then you got Panama, Costa Rica, then all of South America. I'm like, man, I want to explore that.
Hold on, Chris. Africa is your land.
I know now. I know, bro. What they call us, Africa, America. Yeah. So I want to split. I want to explore America first. Yeah. Cause if I go to Ethiopia, I'm like, let me go to Chile and all that stuff first.
But Africa's beautiful too, man. Africa's very gorgeous. They try to depict, you know,
African booty scouts, but
Africa's very beautiful, man. It has strong economies over there, very modern, a lot of opportunity. I got some people in Africa, man. They elaborate to me all the time how beautiful and embellished the country is. And I'm definitely going to Africa very soon.
If I do go, it's got to be Ethiopia.
Yeah.
Oh.
What's so great about Ethiopia?
I met them in Atlanta.
Oh, man, they're beautiful. Man.
Oh, man. I'm like, what type of beauty is this?
Yeah.
You know, I'm like, wow. Yeah, I don't think I got this like a brand. I don't know, you grab the food, you eat with your hands. It's like a big tray.
Like yuca? I mean, not yuca.
I don't know the terminology, bro. I just know I went to eat. My friend took me to an Ethiopian restaurant / bar club, and they brought the food. It's not like America, you get a plate. I get a plate. It's like the food is shared on a big platter, and you get it with your hands and all that stuff.
Was it good?
It's good. It's different. My taste buds ain't.
Was it seasoned and all?
Yeah, it's good. Yeah, it's good. It's like, oh, let me taste it. But would I eat it every day? I wouldn't eat it every day. Yeah. But it's good. I'm not Ethiopian. My taste buds. You know, I've been trying to eat hot dogs and burgers. You know what I'm saying? I'm just keeping it real, man. They got different herbs and spices, so that's what I'm saying. I'm open up to the world of travel and tourism, like Anthony Bourdain. He goes to different places and try different foods. That's what I want to do. I don't want to be ignorant, but the food is different. You know what I'm saying? I can't help it. I'm American, guys. But I'm opening myself to learn these different cultures. But Ethiopia. Let me see what's another country. That's probably like Egypt. 2026, I want to go to Egypt.
Egypt, yeah. I don't mind going to Egypt. First place I want to go in Africa, I want to go to anywhere in West Africa. Ghana, Ivory Coast, Sierra Leone, Nigeria, because history proves that majority of the Africans that came through North America, that got brought here to North America through the Atlantic slave trade, was from that region. So 9 out of 10, if I trace back my roots,
I think they call it Negro land.
Negro land.
It's on a certain map. It's like that region. It's called Negro land.
Really?
It was a Hebrew Israelite preacher was talking about it. It could be fake.
Yeah.
But they said that we come from that area.
Yeah, the western.
That crescent.
Yeah, that western part. Yeah. So I want to visit that one first. And I still ain't use it, man. I got Ancestry DNA kit. I need to use it, but I want to find out, my exact heritage. I just want to pay a visit there, but I want to pay a visit to the whole country, the whole continent, because the whole continent is beautiful. I haven't made it yet, but I'm gonna make it this soon.
Now, so you're a traveling man. Now your religion, spirituality. Have you like studied any Western, not Western, but African spirituality?
Well,
I heard about Ifa or something like that.
Yeah, while incarcerated, I delved into different schools of thoughts. I did the Christianity phase, did the Hebrew Israelite phase. I even practiced Buddhism for a little few. But all in all, I realized this, man. Different science, same objective. If you look at all of them, they all are gearing you to become your highest self, become the best version of yourself. Just different terminologies, different figures to use for symbology, etc. What Jesus means to Christianity is the same thing that Prophet Muhammad, peace be upon him, same thing it means to Islam, same thing with Buddha. It's all Krishna with Hindu. It's so I'm past that.
Yeah, me too.
So I'm all about spirituality. What works for me and helps me align and get into my best self. And as I said earlier, the meditation. Just meditating, understanding my likes, dislikes, what's my triggers. And just mastering self. Right. And that's what I take. But I do believe in a higher power. I believe we are manifestations of that higher power. But that higher power doesn't have to necessarily be described with one label. Right. It can be multiple labels according to the geographical location of the people. Right. And how they want to interpret. Exactly. As long as whatever religion or spirituality you choose to take on, as long as it's making you a better individual, man, and you're displaying peace and solace within humanity, bro. None of that. I salute you, bro. You don't have to be a Christian. You don't have to be Islamic. You don't have to be you have to be none of that, man. As long as you just not disturbing the peace of humanity, bro.
The information you share, emotional intelligence. Mm-hmm. I don't know as much in detail how you will explain it if you become my coach, but I have learned that like I have to use emotional intelligence, accountability. Like I used to be a play victim, meaning, oh man, it's her fault. This happened to me. This person. I said, you know what? I made a social contract with everything that I got myself involved with. Mm-hmm. You know what I'm saying? I got to take accountability for everything is 50-50. Mm. This is my 50% I chose with the ex-wife or whatever. Mm. You know what? I learned, apologize. I was wrong in these certain things I did. And ever since I did that, man, it's like a weight fell off. Mm. And I was able to propel. Because I'm no longer like holding to none of those things. I'm like, you know what? I was wrong. Will you forgive me? Like even reaching out to them. Mm. And sometimes I could have been right. But just to drop the ego and say, you know what, man, I apologize. I did this, man. And I was in the right state of mind. And will you forgive me for putting you in certain positions, or did you feel used, whatever? And bro, once I was released and was forgiven, and I forgave myself, bro, my life got better, bro. Mm. This thing, I got a better job. My health started getting better. I dropped like 60 pounds, you know what I'm saying? Then I started making new friends, just everything, my whole paradigm changed. And it's because the stuff you're talking about, man. Mm. And like, people like reach out to them because it can really help change your life. I don't care how much money you make, or just drop the ego and just say, hey brother, what is that you're talking about? Yeah. Because it's a science. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? Like, like a person that's angry, they come to me real frustrated. Usually like my ego, oh, don't you say that to me. Take that deep breath. And see what's going on, internalize it. Yeah. That's that emotional EQ, emotional intelligence. And maybe get 2 or 3 deep breaths in, now respond. Mm-hmm. You know what I'm saying? Because that cortisol can be raising all that.
Right. Cortisol, yeah. That particular chemical is responsible for the stress. Right. But what helps me too, in regards to emotional intelligence, is that 9 out of 10, Chris, before I commit an action, I always try to foreshadow the consequence. There you go. And if us as individuals, if we started practicing that a little more, how many actions that were counterproductive we would have made if we would just consider that?
Right.
The consequences.
The consequences.
Like really, when I did what I did at 16 years old, being involved in that robbery, if I would have just considered, like, you know what if somebody lost their life?
Right.
In the commission of doing this, which somebody unfortunately did lose their life in my case. But what if they lost their life? What if this? What if this? As I tell, I wouldn't have done it. But I wasn't thinking about it. I was so emotionally involved as far as thinking about the material. What I'm gonna gain from it.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Being happy that I'm gonna gain some money from it so I can buy these shoes, buy this, buy that, etc., etc. But I never fairly considered the consequence of what if something goes wrong? This can transpire.
Right.
I can spend a decade plus of my life in prison.
Yeah.
And because I didn't consider it, that don't mean anything in reality.
Right.
And reality hit, that's exactly what happened. I spent a decade plus in prison. So, emotional intelligence is very paramount and key, man. I wish many people would practice it and respect it because it can make the world a better place.
I think it's going to be a new wave because it hit me, it hit you, and people like you they got to introduce it to the marketplace.
Yeah.
Cause we don't know it, emotional intelligence. Yeah. There ain't no brothers that look like you with the fitted hats and stuff like that and tell them, hey, yo, man, what you know about emotional intelligence? Yeah. The average guy like, hey, let's go to the club and, pop a bottle. Yeah. Like, you like, hold up, emotional intelligence. Then you start breaking it down and you get them the sign like, oh, yeah, man, you know what, you is right. Yeah. So we just got to introduce it and turn it into something cool. Yeah. Like, even when I'm doing love and all that, I'm a big black dude, you know what I'm saying, walking around with love everywhere. They're like, yo, what the world is going on? Then they talk to me like, man, you know what? They feel it, bro. Yeah. Don't get it twisted now. Yeah. Don't get it,
you can't never get it twisted.
Don't get it twisted. Like, in order for me to do this kindness and love and stuff, I had a treacherous gangster, like hard life. You know what I'm saying? I guess like samurai Buddhism, whatever, you transfigure. I could be gangster, but what's the point? What's that's gonna get you? What's gonna get you? Nowhere. Yeah, hurt, dead, locked up, or killed. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? So like, plus being, this, you gotta move smooth, you know what I'm saying? And speak well and learn, read a book, change your language, you know what I'm saying? All that stuff, man. So man, I'm glad you was able to come today, bro. Mo Nelson, guys, check him out. He's on everyone on podcast. Yeah, bro. So I feel blessed to have another brother come here, man, and take what I'm doing serious, and I definitely take what you're doing serious. I look forward to get some sessions in.
Appreciate you for having me, Chris.
Yes, sir, man. Yes, sir. Yeah, bro.